Breaking a cookie in half creates a straight side 10 centimeters long. Estimate the circumference. Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest whole number. Do not include the units in your answer. For me, the best way to do these problems is to do a sketch. So here's my cookie, and I'm going to begin by breaking it in half. And as soon as I do that, I realize that that straight side that they describe as being 10 centimeters long, that's my diameter. So by definition, going from the edge of the circle straight across to the other edge through the center, that's the definition of a diameter. So that tells me that the diameter is 10 centimeters. Now that I have that, I can go to the question where it says estimate the circumference. So circumference is the distance around the outside of the cookie, or the circle. It happens to be a cookie in this case. And I have a couple of options. There are two different formulas for circumference, but I'm going to use the one that uses diameter. So that's pi times d. So I'm looking for circumference. I'll leave that there. The problem does say that I need to use 3.14 for pi. And then I do know that my diameter is 10. This is pretty straightforward to multiply because I'm multiplying by a power of 10. So I'll end up with 31.4 or 31 and 4/10. And then I do have instructions here. It says to round your answer to the nearest whole number. And so I'll look at the 31. The value that comes next, the digit is 4, and 4 will round us down to the whole number itself. So the answer is that the rounded answer is 31 centimeters. If you chose the wrong answer of 16, then the biggest issue is that you didn't use the diameter. So what you did is you used the correct formula, except instead of using the diameter, you used the value for the radius. And there really is no formula for this, but basically you multiplied 3.14 times 5 rather than 10. And 5 is the radius in this problem. So when you do that, you get 15.7, and then you did rounding, which was great, except you were rounding with the wrong numbers to begin with, which makes your answer wrong. So that's what happened if you got this question wrong by picking 16. So I have a couple of suggestions here. My first suggestion is to always draw a sketch, because when I draw a sketch for myself, it becomes really clear which numbers go where and what measurements belong to what. So that's the first thing I do for problems like this. It really increases my accuracy. And then I'm also wondering if you're struggling with vocabulary. Like, did you know circumference? I think yes, because I think you were trying to do that work, but maybe you weren't sure about like the diameter and the radius or the formula. So I would suggest that if that was the area where you got stuck, maybe you want to memorize these definitions and these terms like circumference, radius, diameter, so that you're really accurate when you're doing problems like this.